Hey, Alex. Hey, how much more comfortable are you this time around compared to last year?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different coming back for the second year than being new to a team. So, last year I was pretty comfortable, but there's a whole new aspect of, maybe knowing the drills the coaches are doing and feeling more comfortable that way. I think it makes it a lot easier, to transition and really focus on your game. So, it's been good so far.
Hey, just heading into this season, I mean, as far as team wise, I mean, what kind of expectations do you have? I mean, seems like a lot of guys really took it personally that, the way you guys, the way the season ended, losing on a tiebreaker like that.
Yeah, definitely. I think it kind of fuels our fire for this season and we can look back at last season and see a lot of areas we can improve on and learn from. And obviously, we had some skids there that we could maybe eliminate and we would have been in the playoffs. So I think going in this year, guys are really focused and we need to come prepared every day and really work hard for each other. And that starts here in camp. I think the battle and compete level has been great the first 2 days, and guys are working hard. And I think everyone wants to make that next step and obviously make the playoffs and go for that goal of the Stanley Cup. I think that's everyone's goal here, and we're just trying to make each other better and get a good start on that.
Appreciate this. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah.
Elaine?
Hi, Alex. Just wanted to ask your opinion so far, what you've seen from guys like Marco Casper and Nate Danielson.
Yeah, I think they've looked good. I think last year Danielson really impressed me, and watching Casper in practice these first couple, a couple skates, he looks good. He's got a good shot. He can, move the puck well. So, excited to see them in preseason games and see, I think those are guys that are going to help us a lot, in the next coming years, and hopefully this year. But if not, they'll be a big part of our team sooner than later.
What specifically about Danielson jumped out at you?
I think his hockey IQ is really high. I think he knows where to be on the ice. He can really find open spots on the ice, and he's smart with the puck. So I think from watching him last year, I think it seems he's in the right spots defensively, and it leads to a lot of offensive chances. And he plays a pro game already, so it's fun to watch him. It was fun to watch him last year, and looking forward to watching him again this year.
Lastly, just Simon Edwardson, made quite an impression late last season, and he looks like he's somehow gotten even bigger at camp this year. Just what does he bring? Just having a guy like that. I mean, already with the skill set he has.
Yeah, he's great. I think for a big guy, his skating's unbelievable, and he's got such a long stick. He's got an active stick. It's hard to beat him wide, and he plays hard. I think he's got that little bit of nastiness to him that can really bump guys off the puck, and he's a guy that's not that fun to play against. So in practice, so. I think he was great last year for us, and he'll be big for us this year. And I think he's made some steps over the summer too. He looks good with the puck, looks good skating, and he's a good player.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah.
Max Boltman?
Alex, you finished the year last season with Dylan and Lucas, and you guys together seem to work really well. How nice is it to kind of pick right back up with that same trio, I guess?
Yeah, I mean they're great players, obviously. Larks with the speed up the middle, it creates so much, and then Ray has that same speed, and on the floor check he gets pucks back. Those guys both battle so hard, so makes it easy as a line if we're all battling together and all getting pucks back. We stay in the ozone a little bit longer, get to really work where we're the best at, obviously in the ozone, and create a lot of chances together. So it's fun to get better. I'm sure obviously through camp it's going to change up, and we're going to see some different looks, but for right now those are two great players, and guys that I love playing with.
And then for you personally, was there one kind of major focus of what you were looking to do this summer?
Yeah, I wouldn't say one major focus. I think, throughout, kind of round out my whole game, I definitely wanted to get a little bit quicker. You know, I feel like my step maybe was a little bit slow last year, and you know, I feel like I worked on that a lot of the quickness, and I think I got faster, and obviously with the puck, I think there's, you know, every year you go into the summer, you're working on different things, you know, trying to get out turns quick and really work on holding the puck and figuring out how it's going to work in the game. So, you know, obviously training camps, you know, you've been skating against, you know, maybe pylons for the whole summer, and you know, training camp you get to play against real guys, and it's different timing and stuff like that. So you kind of get to ease into it a little bit.
Thank you.
Sam Stockton.
Alex, I know you mentioned that it's obviously different no longer being a new guy comparing this year's camp to last, but as far as like the overall sort of mood or tone of camp, does it feel mostly similar to how things were last year, or are there differences you can think of?
You know, I think the intensity this year maybe is a little bit higher. I think we're you know, all focused to reach that goal we want to do, and you know, focused on getting better, playing better, playing more as a team, and you know, there's a lot of things. I feel like there was a lot of change last year. You know, my first year we had a lot of new guys, and then this year there's a couple new guys, but not as many new faces, and I think we all have that you know, same kind of you know, bitter taste in our mouth from last year, and we're all ready to start the season and get going, and you know, like I said, work together as a team. I think that's the biggest thing is, you know, every time you're out there, do whatever you can for the team, and you know, we'll win some games like that.
Mm-hmm. And thinking back to some of those young guys, I'm curious, as you reflect on your time breaking into the league with Chicago, what were the hardest things for you about like proving you were ready to be a full-time NHL player?
Yeah, I think it's a lot different. It's a lot quicker than you know, for me it was a lot quicker than junior, and you had to be ready every day, and you know, I was just focused on you know, working hard every day, I guess. You know, a lot of those times maybe you work too hard and you don't look as good, but as long as you're working hard, I think the coaches see that, and you know, they'll see what's fit and where you can slot in the lineup and stuff like that. So for me coming up and you know, going through my first couple of training camps, it was always you know, don't necessarily worry too much about the skill aspect of it, but just work hard and get back into that game shape, and you know, try to get ready for the season, and the rest will work itself out.
Thank you.
And Sarkon.
Yeah, hi, Alex. You just mentioned the just the bitter taste of how it ended last season, and for yourself personally, just going through that drought late in the year and the way things finished for the team. I mean, how much of an extra motivation was that in the off season?
Yeah, I mean, it's yeah, it's one of those things that really sticks with you through the whole off season. I think you know, guys started training early and trying to get ready, and really working hard in the gym to get back, and you know, just feel good for this year. I think that was a big thing for me. I got in the gym pretty early, and you know, was just at the end of the season, I wasn't necessarily ready to stop playing hockey at that point. So you know, it was tough to, you know, take those couple of weeks off and do that stuff, but got back in pretty early, and you know, like I said, just working on those little things that I need to improve on, and you know, I think all of us are ready to go. We're ready to be here. Excited to be back as a team, and you know, it's just fun to hang out with these guys.
And what does what do you feel Gustafson can bring to this team? I know power play is one thing, but just how would you just describe him? What are some of the things that he can provide?
Yeah, I think he's a great passer on the power play and off the power play. I think he's a guy that can really make that first pass out of the zone. He's very deceptive. I think on the power play, he's you know, you may think he's shooting, but then he's given a nice pass over for a one-timer. So I think he adds that aspect of it, and obviously he competes hard too. You know, playing with him for a couple of years, you know, he was one of those guys that you want to be on the ice with, because he's really gonna work hard to get the puck back, and then he wants to go play offense too. So he gets up in the rush and has a lot of skill. So you know, he's a guy I'm looking forward to play with again, and obviously happy we brought him in.
Alex.
Connor, you're good.
Hi, Alex. I guess to keep reminiscing about Chicago, what did it mean for you to see Patrick Kane come back and sign that 1 year extension?
Yeah, it's great. I think I mean we were talking most of the summer, and I think he didn't necessarily know what he was going to do, but at the end of the day, I think he knew. He liked playing here. He loved, the fans. He loved the team. Just loved being a Red Wing. So him coming back was huge for our team, and obviously it's great for me and him, and I think he's a huge part of our team. He creates so much on offense, and he has so much leadership that he's been through a lot throughout his career, and that leadership in the locker room. We have a lot of guys who bring that, but him in general on the ice, he plays such a different way than everyone. I think it just adds another element of offense, and he's a big part of our team, so it's great to have him back.
And outside of just, being an occasional line mate with him, how much of an impact has he had on your NHL careers? Maybe a mentor or someone that's kind of guided you through being an NHL player?
Yeah, I mean, he's taught me so much. I think, on the ice and off the ice. I think off the ice, he treats his body, really well, and he eats the right stuff. He, does whatever he can to get ready for the next game. And I think, coming in as a young guy, him and Taser, and we had, Siebes and Dunks, all those guys really helped me throughout, the early parts of my career, and just how to act like a pro, how to treat your body like a pro, and for Kaner specifically on the ice, the way he plays, I think you try to look at how he plays, and he creates so much, so you try to take some of that stuff and put it in your own game, but obviously he's pretty special, so you can't take too much. I think you try to take what you can, and let him do the rest.
And then last one from me. I noticed the videos and pictures coming out of your training camps in Plymouth with all the NHL guys. I noticed Philly Husso joined you guys this season. Obviously, him coming back from the injuries and stuff, it's a pretty big year for him. What did you see from him this summer in his training?
You said Husso?
Yeah, Husso.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was a tough season for him. I think going through those injuries is brutal, and then having him on the ice this summer, he's looking good. He's back healthy. I think you maybe have to talk to him about how he feels, but he looks good. I think he's back to hard to score on in practice, always battling. And I think those are the goalies that are maybe the most fun to play on in practice, because they're not going to let you just put it in the net on a rebound or whatever. They're always fighting for that rebound. So he's looked great so far. I'm excited to have him back. Hopefully he has a little bit better luck with injuries this year. So I think he'll be a big part of our team.
Thank you, Alex.
Last question, Bob Duff.
Alex, I know there's been a lot of concern among the fan base about the number of goals that departed over the summer, but when you look at the guys who came in and keeping Patrick, when you look at your potential top six forwards right now, are you pretty confident you guys can add up the goals?
Yeah, 100%. I think I think all of us are looking to grow too. All the guys that came back were looking to improve and be better players, and obviously hopefully score more goals. But we got a lot of good players too. Vladdy's a known goal scorer. I think he's gonna do well for us, and I think just as a team, I guess if we go through a slump or whatever, we got other guys that can step up and put the puck in the net too. So I don't think that's necessarily a concern, and I think we should be ready to play and hopefully ready to score a lot of goals.
And secondly, you played with Austin Watson in Ottawa. What are kind of the traits he can bring to a team?
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's very loud in the locker room. He's talking a lot, and just such a great guy. And on the ice, I think he brings that nasty element. I think he can. He's so hard on the forecheck. He goes in there hard, ready to get the puck back, and he fights too. I think that's a big thing. I don't think he backs down from anyone. So he'd be a great addition to this team, and he's a great locker room guy and a great player. I think he kind of you know, knows his role and plays that role to a T, and really you know, works hard every day to help the team win. I think he's a team first guy, and you know, he plays, you know, maybe not too many minutes, but he's playing those minutes hard, and you know, he's crushing their D and getting them tired for the rest of the game.
Thanks a lot, Alex.
Yeah.